I'm your ice cream man, baby. Stop me when I'm passing by. Harleys and Hairspray! We back at it again! Don't call it a comeback! We've been here for years! Well, maybe not years, but we've been building ourselves for years. Hi, I'm Alex.
This is all because I said we don't introduce ourselves very well. We kind of missed that step. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And then I did the schmarmy, cheesy, welcome to Harleys and Hairspray. My name's Tina Overbury. Glad to be here. Last time. So you had to do that.
That voice was very Ron Burgundy. It's like, hey, hold on. Are we really that? Is that who we are? Yes. So this is, you will notice that we're giving you bite-sized pieces. I haven't been wearing this outfit 3 days in a row.
No.
Nor have you.
Nor have I. Although this is so darn cute. Look at these. Aren't they cute?
It's worth a 3 day in a row.
It is.
This isn't necessarily. And if you'll notice, not necessarily on this camera, but on this camera, I also have blue shorts, which makes me feel like that blue boy on an ice cream pail 20 years ago. Remember that blue boy? He was just, and he was all just blue.
Aww.
So every time I see myself wearing all blue, the kids would say, yo man, your fit is tight, your fit is, but I'm like, no, I'm just an ice cream guy from 20 years ago. Put me in an ice cream pail. Hopefully I'm chocolate.
That's
chocolate
pretty
and
adorable.
peanut butter. Yes.
I love chocolate and peanut butter.
The best.
You like it too? I didn't know that.
I love chocolate and peanut butter, which of course brings us to the topic of this episode.
Oh, okay.
How do you know that you found your favorite? So there are 3 types of chocolate.
What? Okay.
I bring you 3 types of chocolate. They're in a box, beautifully wrapped, fantastically presented, and you try the white chocolate, and then I give you some water, and you wash out your palate. You try some dark chocolate. Maybe I give you some red wine with it, so that's an influencer, you know. Wash out your palate, smell the coffee beans. It's like a wine tasting. Then I bring you the milk chocolate, and then you say to me, enough with the chocolates. It's going right to my hips. Or at least that's what I would say to you. You probably wouldn't. You would just enjoy it to the fullest, and I'd be like, honey, hips.
But not about my hips. You wouldn't say that about my hips because I'd punch him. You'd say it about his hips.
So it's
Just to be clear.
It's all over my hips. But that's not really the point. The point is, after tasting those 3 types of chocolate,
Yeah.
you know exactly what you're drawn to out of those. You know what the gold winner is, and the others don't even really matter as much because you found your gold medalist.
I can tell where this conversation's going, and I'm already like perplexed. I don't know where to go.
So when I say I'm the peanut butter chocolate ice cream pail,
Yeah.
you are drawn to, oh, I love, it's my favorite, it feels so good. How do you know that you found your favorite creative place? How do you know that you have found your chocolate peanut butter? For me, it's milk chocolate as opposed to white or dark. But how do I know that I found my milk chocolate when I'm creating or when I'm in a particular field of play, in a particular discipline? Because it's just a feeling, but the feeling's so strong. It's like a crush. Oh my, I am crushing. I'm crushing on this human. I'm almost obsessing in a healthy way, not creepy. I'm upset like they invade and control all of my thoughts from the moment I wake up. I'm crushing on this feeling, and it's undeniable.
Okay.
What is that thing?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This is so hard.
What draws you to that thing? The crush, the favorite flavor.
Okay, so I'm going to put my facilitator hat on.
Please.
I'm going to step into my workshop persona.
Which is also part crown, just
That's
so
right.
you know.
That's right. Tiara, perhaps. No, I like crown better. Crown's better. Can I have a cape, too? Okay. I like
Straight
it.
to the hips.
Straight to Okay. So when I have my facilitator hat on, and I've used this in the and Live Your Best Story, which is one of the workshops that I lead, and I say to the room, I'm like, follow what's delicious.
What do you mean?
Because delicious is a thing.
I understand you.
Right?
What do you mean?
Delicious. Delicious. When something's delicious, it's like it's like everything. It's not like so sweet or tart or so bitter. It's like it's all the things, and only you know what that is. It's delicious, and like I see how I have to say it, like delicious
From beginning to end.
You gotta hold on to that L.
Yeah.
Delicious, and so that's, I don't know how else to quantify it other than everything else is like an extreme of the nucleus, right? So like it could be salty, could be sweet, could be explosive, but like that's all out here, and I want you to go right to the center. So it's delicious. You could just stay there all day. I know that happens to me. I'm sorry.
What? How do we continue this conversation?
I couldn't help. It's just where I went.
What is delicious to you guys? Here's a question. Let's do a little check-in with ourselves. What is delicious to you? You know what's delicious to me is Carl Orff, Carmina Burana.
Oh.
I just love how it builds, and I love that it's all about horny monks. And I love how you hear it in a chapel, and then it grows so much that it makes the chapel a convertible, and they break out of the constraints of the church.
Wow.
I love Carmina Burana.
Wow.
I love when Prince sings harmonies that should never work together. It's a whole stack, a whole wall of Princes and harmonies. There's 30 Prince harmony tracks. They should not work together, and they are magic that you cannot duplicate. Those delicious moments when the melon meets the prosciutto.
Ha!
Not the prosciutto. Not the melon. And there's a million delicious moments. So what's delicious for you? But the answer is not enough. There needs to be, why is it delicious? And how can we create our own version of it in the work we do? So the world presents you with delicious, of course. The world does that so that you understand that there is the capacity and potential for deliciousness. But the real challenge for you, the homework for all of you and for us daily, is how do we create and make and construct our own version of delicious? Is it in the kitchen? Is it in the writing round? Is it in a recording studio? What does that look like? And moreover, how can we chase that every day? How can we make delicious a habit?
Okay. So it's a great question. A friend of mine is a coach, and so we swap back and forth on Tuesdays, and
Mondays, Tuesdays. Mondays
or Tuesdays. And I came to him one morning and I said, you know what I want to work on? I said, I want to work on dreaming. I don't dream. I said, I don't dream. His name's Tom Lancaster, by the way. Highly recommend him. I am not coachable. I am very hard to coach. And he holds me like a kitten. Like he holds me beautifully. And I am not easy to coach. And he called bullshit on me. He was like, no. You can't tell me you don't dream. I'm like, I don't dream. I'm not good at dreaming. He's like, have you looked at your life? Have you looked at the house you live in? And when I say house I live in, I don't live in this big luxurious house, but I live in this house that is so me. He's like, look at the way you live your life. Look how you have choices. Look how everything you touch has that deliciousness to it. Look at that. Do not tell me you don't dream, because you are living what you see in your head. And somehow this connects to me around this conversation about living a delicious life. I think each of us knows the gap between our internal world, where we might feel whole and big and delicious and all the things, and our external world. And I think that's how we start to dismantle the things in our life that are the furthest away from that gap, from that core place. I'm not sure if I'm making sense right now. Am I making sense?
What I'm hearing is, this is such therapy. Let me tell you what I'm hearing. I think what I'm hearing is, internally, you deal with the real, and externally you deal with obligations. And dealing with the real requires a different kind of excavation and a different kind of analysis. But that's the stuff that matters the most.
The stuff that matters the most.
That's right.
Yeah, boom. That's how you build a delicious life.
Yeah. And when I come to your house is really an extension. It's a physical manifestation of who you are as a human. You're half pirate, half view architect. Right.
Mm.
So you have all of these eye patch throw pillows and blankets all over,
Furry things.
furry things, kind of haphazard, but very, very
Mm.
intentional. And then, but everything's focused around this incredible, majestic ocean view, and things are free flowing. They're not necessarily meticulously organized, but they're perfect for the life that exudes from you. So
Wow.
it's delicious in its truth.
So I just want to hold that beautiful statement. It's perfect for the life that exudes from you.
I said that right.
You did.
Damn,
And
that's good.
that's a quotable. Like, and like that's like, take that one to the bank. Like, take a look at your life and go, does my life reflect the life that exudes from me? And one of those pieces might need to be adjusted. You might you might want to let more life exude from you, or you might want to adjust the externals to match more of how you feel on the inside. But that's a great statement to move through the
Wow.
world. Yeah.
Yeah,
You are a doctor.
I saw a doctor. And I think consciously making those adjustments with regularity is so important, so that you
Yeah.
because I think what is the phrase I used the other day? Emotional feng shui.
Yeah.
Right? You know when things feel right, when they lock in, and when things are just, and it's so obvious in so many ways. For as long as I can remember myself, I knew when I was doing the wrong thing.
Hmm.
I had to pay for university by being a telephone solicitor for carpet cleaners.
Hmm.
You know, I was 19 and I'm like, can I interest you in this carpet cleaning serum? And you would just open the phone book. That's how old I am. And we
Hmm.
just call randomly. And I dreaded going to work. I
Yeah.
loved connecting with people.
Yeah.
But then once that dropped off and I switched to, I got a carpet cleaner for you, there was just such a deflating, oh, I'm not meant for this. No
Hmm.
disrespect to people that are doing it, but you know what you're meant for, you know what's a good fit, and you know what's not. And I think that's a daily exercise. You really have to do the thing that you're meant for, find it, and then give it as much of your effort and attention as possible.
So we have that in common too.
Mm.
I didn't sell a carpet cleaner, but I sold meat,
Oh.
freezer meat. That was my first job at 14. At 14,
Incredible.
Canada Fancy Foods
Yes.
on Main Street. That's
Yeah.
where their office was.
And you were selling meat.
I was selling meat. Yeah, freezer meat.
West eats meat.
Well,
Sorry, East meets
oh my
West.
God.
I was thinking
You
East
tried.
meets West, but West eats meat. Okay,
You tried. Okay, I want to come back to, you said something though, blah, 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 blah.
we're on the West Coast.
Where was that thing you said about, oh, yes. So you said people, when things are right, you know when things are wrong.
Yes.
And I want to just challenge that a little bit. I actually believe that we do know what's right and what's wrong, but I also think sometimes this can't tell the difference. And so I think about my boys and my youngest, who has slotted into who he is so damn fast. It's like made my head spin. I'm like, whoa. Like at 11, he was already doing stuff that was so of him and not of his brothers or me, like just of him. And I look at my oldest, who found a thing he loved to do, which was hockey, very quickly. But I think now is maybe because he's the oldest, there's a little bit of the, can I be this thing that I am in this responsibility that I am as well? He's super responsible. So I don't know if he ever questions if he's doing the right thing or not doing the right thing, but I can see that he walks in parallel. And then my middle, which is classic middle child, who's like the great mystery of all, right? The one who like flies under the radar. You can't feel him in the room. You're like, where are you? My middle child is the one that I'm like, gosh, does he know? Does he know when he's in the pocket, when he's in his deliciousness, or does he not? And I don't know if it's just because I can't read him, because that's part of the mystery, or if he is floating.
Maybe that's his pocket.
Ooh.
Maybe acquiescing to the middle child template is the pocket.
Nice.
And he can be liquid.
Oh.
And he can flow
He
with...
can be liquid.
He can flow with this demographic, or he can flow with this series of challenges, because he's liquid, and that's his pocket.
Okay, then we're back on, then there ain't no downbeat in flowing. And the world doesn't work like that. It's so hard when you're a flow person, I think.
Or just find your people. Life's greatest
Find
challenge.
your other flow people and
Find
head
your-
on downriver.
Find your people.
Mm.
And I see that in my children as well. You know, when you're in the general school district, it's everybody soup to nuts. Is that the expression? you get everybody. And then one of my children obviously loves athletics, and so he found his people there, a very common subgroup, and he found them in high school. My other child, who's now going into second year university, it took him longer because he found his people in university, because there weren't enough of his kind of people in school.
Oh,
right?
right.
But he knew that he wasn't of that fabric, and he knew that his time would come. But the overriding principle is that each child, and I don't know if this resonates in your life as well, but each child, once they find their people, they flourish.
Yep. Totally.
They flourish.
Totally.
Because it's not 1 + 1 makes 2. It's 1 + 1 makes 9. Wow. Because there's a momentum of your people and the support and the like-mindedness, and they're moving in the same way, and they spur each other on, and they catalyze each other. Your people aren't just your people. It's this momentum. It's a groundswell. It's a tornado that sweeps you up and moves you in a way that you alone can't do it. But finding your people is everything. Oh. Especially when you're an outcast, or you're in the arts, or you don't know, or maybe you're just an introvert, or whatever that is. But we all feel alone.
Yeah.
And we all want our story told, and we all want to be seen. And the best vehicle for that, to strengthen your fabric and to reinforce and to validate who you are, doesn't come from external sources. It comes from what you gain from finding your people.
Which, interestingly enough, I'm just going to interject, is not actually an external force. Because you might be external to me, but you get me. I get you. Yes. So now I'm like, you're not influencing me.
No, you activate me.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's what
finding you're not here.
Yeah.
You activate me.
Yeah.
You're like an amplifier for what's already here.
That's it.
And you just crank me up.
An amplifier.
Right.
So when you find your people, it will amplify. You will feel amplified, and for some people, you might even hear yourself for the first time.
Yeah. Because I don't know if most of you should know that when you have an electric guitar and you play it, not like an acoustic guitar, but an electric guitar, and you play it, you can hear what's going on, you can work your way around the neck, and then when you plug it into an amplifier or a distortion pedal, when you plug it into something that makes it more than what it is on its own, that's what we're talking about. When you plug yourself into a community that makes you more than what you are on your own, it brings out the best of your potential. It's already in you, but you just need that little button that says, oh, I see you, I get you, and you're actually you can be way more of yourself with the plug into a distortion pedal or the amplifier or whatever. Yep. So you're my amplifier, I find.
I dig it.
Yeah.
So dig it, and I so get it. So if you're watching this and you haven't found your people yet, know that they're out there. Hey, look how big my earrings are. I just got distracted by my own Mickey Mouse ears.
100%.
Sorry. Okay. Your people are out there.
Wearing big hoops.
Wearing big hoops.
They're out there waiting for you.
And they're waiting for you because you amplify them as much as they will amplify you. Trust that. Know that you weren't put on this earth to be here by yourself. So your people are out there. And I don't know, maybe we're your people. Are we your people? You found us.
Thanks for being my people.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, it's truly a pleasure.
One day we'll tell that story. Not today. That's a whole other 20 minutes.
By the way, that's a eulogy speech.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Have a good day, y'all.
I'm your ice cream man, baby. Stop me when I'm passing by.